Every week, there's a new list of jobs AI is supposed to eliminate, and I'm tired of it. Not because the concern isn't real, but because nobody's making the other list. The list of careers that are projected to grow no matter what AI does over the next decade. These are careers that are backed by demographic data, workforce projections, and the basic reality that some of the most important work in the world requires empathy, judgment, trust, and physical presence that no AI model can replicate. Today, I'm going to give you 5 of them. Some are obvious, one of them is going to surprise you, but all of them are grounded in evidence, not wishful thinking. Glad you could join us today. And with me is Brittney Dorr. It's always good to talk to you. I think we have a fun topic today to talk about.
Yes, we definitely do. A lot of headlines today is really talking about how jobs are disappearing because of AI, right? AI is kind of scaring a lot of people. Why do you think nobody's really talking about the jobs that are here to stay?
Right. I think people are attracted to bad news. I mean, if it bleeds, it leads. You know, it was always the old news story. And I know our algorithms, once you click on one article, you suddenly get filled with algorithms of other stories. I know as I'm doing research and preparing my syllabus for next fall and focusing on AI, it's like the only news that I get, and a lot of it's negative. It's amazing.
That is kind of, why do you think that is? Like human nature, you know, it's like we love the drama.
There's something, right?
We love that. It's like good news, but we want good news. We thrive for good news, but we are so infatuated by the drama of that, right?
Right.
So, Carey, we know that there's a lot of jobs that may be kind of disappearing a little bit. But nobody's really talking about the jobs that are growing. Right. And there is a huge growth part of the market, right?
You're totally right. And I love talking about this because everybody thinks they are fearful of this AI apocalypse and have their head stuck that the only safe job that's out there is to be a plumber. And that's the one we're all fixating on, that this is the only safe job.
Right.
There are lots of job categories that are going to be safe for decades. So first, skilled trades, definitely.
Right.
Good field, caregiver, masseuse, hairstylist, lots of fields that are hands-on.
My nail technician.
All
single-handedly will keep her in business.
You're so right. You're so right. I mean, those jobs are hands-on, so it's going to be extremely hard for technology to take over.
Sure.
Now, people talk about robotics, but robotics aren't moving at the same pace as AI is. It's going to be a while before we're actually going to trust a robot to do our hair or our nails So, but beyond that job category, there's lots of other areas. So for one, healthcare. And by that, I mean direct caregivers such as physicians and nurses and other clinicians.
Right.
And the reason why is there's 73 million baby boomers in the United States right now. That's about 20% of the U.S. population.
Wow.
Right? And they're just now starting to enter retirement. And it's a fact of life that as you get older, you need more medical services.
Right.
And they're just at the cusp of starting to enter into that stage of life where they need more medical care.
Right. Do you feel like there might be a void in healthcare right now, or, you know, people that are working in healthcare because of this huge influx that is going to happen? Because you're right. I mean, even with us starting, like, there are more things that we have to pay attention to for our health.
Right.
And, you know, although we're not there yet for our retirement or whatnot, but to your point, that wave of people are going to shift into healthcare. And do you feel like we'll need more people to be going into that field?
Well, today, throughout the U.S., we already have a pretty significant shortage of doctors in several fields, as well as nurses and several other clinical areas. So we had that shortage today, and boomers haven't entered into the primary age where they're going to need the most medical services. So you just do the math and say, we're going to need more people.
We have time, but we need to start moving.
Right. And AI is going to help doctors be more efficient on the side. There's several different things that are technologies that are coming out that are helping them be more efficient, but we still just need more professionals.
Right.
Real quick, if this list is already changing how you think about your career options, hit subscribe and tell me in the comments which one of the 5 surprises you the most. I have a feeling I know which one it'll be, but we'll see. Now back to the show. So another category is mental health professionals. we have had a dramatic increase in people who've been diagnosed with mental health issues. There's about 60 million Americans who have a diagnosed mental health issue.
Wow.
That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
And the number has been increasing, as well as some of the severity. We're seeing an increase in teen suicide and attempted suicide. So those are folks who need professional help. And this is just going to continue to grow.
Right. Because those numbers are just the ones who report it, right? And
Very true.
What we know of right now.
Very true. And AI can help. I've read a lot of articles about AI therapists, and I'm sure it can help situationally. But for somebody who has a more stubborn issue, they need personal medical and counseling help.
Yeah. And, therapists and getting, help in that regards, it was kind of taboo, right, before.
Right.
It was something that people didn't really do or you didn't talk about. It was almost kind of embarrassing a little bit to say that you needed to go help. And honestly, I feel like everybody should or could use the benefit of a therapist for sure, regardless of where your mental state is.
And that's been a real generational change that's happened over the last 10 to 15 years, not that long. And you think about Gen Z, as Gen Z gets older and older, they're bringing that attitude towards mental health.
Sure.
That openness to receiving it and to engage with it as they move into adulthood and into work. So it's going to continue to increase.
Right.
The third area where we're expecting to see increased jobs is cybersecurity. We're expecting to see at least a 29% increase in demand for professionals in this area over the next decade. And AI is just supercharging this. Think about all of the AI slop and AI fakes that people are creating.
Right.
Cyber criminals are playing around with AI too.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be, we're going to be in a place where AI tracks AI?
Yep, we already are.
Oh, wow.
We already are.
Is that a problem, though? Is that like a conflict of interest or,
Right. Well,
it's
AI,
like you're self-checking yourself, right?
Exactly. AI is already being used in cybersecurity to do things like triaging problems, to scan massive data files and pattern recognition. But actual cybersecurity work, if you have a ransomware situation or you have a cyber attack, it's very contextual. The people who run those systems and those processes, it's very contextual. And they change every time. The actor and the threat change. So you can't just turn it over to a computer system to handle when a threat actually happens. A lot of the prevention can be done by AI, but we still need these professionals to run the counterattacks when they happen.
Oh, that makes sense. I feel like there's more and more of that. And especially with, the boomer generation, I get texts and calls from my mom or, mother-in-law all the time of, is this fraud? Is this real? Am I being scammed? And like, don't buy that. Don't click on that. Don't check, verify. And it's getting harder and harder now to know what's AI and what's real.
And you think about it. Right now, a lot of the junk mail we get, you can tell right away it's fake.
Right.
It's getting better.
It is getting better. Yeah. They're learning.
Which is
kind of scary.
Right? So that phishing is going to happen more and more, which is going to cause more malware. So again, that's where you get to systems issues, where you have to have professionals who help debug systems and handle those types of attacks.
Is there eventually going to be like a law against, or can you go after somebody that is fraudulently putting AI out there?
That's a complex question because it depends on the nature of what they're trying to do. Just putting fake AI out there, people do that every day.
Right.
Some people call that content creation.
Right.
Yeah. And call that being an influencer.
Right.
But if you're doing that, if you're impersonating somebody or if you're using it to steal somebody's identity or to steal money, those things are actionable laws. Okay. So a lot of the cyber criminals who are trying to steal your financial data, they're violating a law. Right. And they could be prosecuted. It's just extremely hard to find them.
Right. Yes. Because I get a lot of emails of, you subscribe to this and we just charge $800, to that. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, who's subscribing to this or what is this? And then you kind of just check the email where it came from and it's like somebody's Gmail. And then I'm like, oh, okay, well, obviously this is a scam, but it's like, what do you do with that information? Where do you go from there? Right. How do you get out of that,
And there's so many of them that police get overwhelmed by it. They can't investigate every single one.
Right. And sometimes they're all in a big group together, right?
Right. So our fourth occupation area that is projected to increase are data scientists. The number of data scientists we need is projected to increase about 34% over the next decade.
When you say data scientists, what exactly do you mean?
People who interpret data. So think about all of the information companies know about us today, right? They know the easy stuff like our address and our phone number, but they're building up even more information. For example, a retailer knows things like your height, your weight, your preferences, your spending patterns. It may know what people in your area like to buy, so it can start to judge who you're going to be comparing yourself to and who you're going to be shopping with. They have troves of data about us.
Interesting. So it's like, I even with Amazon or, you go into an app and it's like, these are suggestions for you. And these are things I think you'll like based off your recent purchases or your recent search history. I'm like, yes, it is. Thank you very much. Dang you. I'm clicking and clicking and buying and it works, right? But where is the difference? Because you're saying that this is going to grow. To me, that's something an AI can do, right? So what's the difference there?
And AI is definitely a part of this. AI can do a lot of the data cleaning. It can do some of the coding. It can do some of the base level analysis. So it's definitely a part of this. But you have to have really good data scientists who are even deciding what AI is looking for and what AI is processing. I mean, AI can do some wacky things.
Sure.
It can look at unethical things. It can look at illegal things. You can't just allow it
You have
to
to
act
set
on its
guidelines
own.
on it.
I mean, I think, wasn't there an example at some point of Target getting in trouble because a dad found out his daughter was pregnant before the daughter even knew, right? Because Target found it out because they were analyzing customer data.
Wow.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
things like that. Somebody at Target was running a campaign to analyze some kind of customer data, and this weird result popped up, which was a real problem for them.
Right.
So again, you need skilled data analysts who are helping to guide these campaigns because data is messy. And within the business that's running and analyzing and using the data, sometimes you have to make ethical calls on what to use.
Sure.
Sometimes data conflicts and somebody has to make a decision on what to believe or what to go with.
Yes.
That's what those folks are going to be doing,
Somebody needs to make sure that there's a line.
right?
Because I guess if you let it loose, it's going to go through all of it. Because it doesn't really know or understand what the line is, right? And I don't know, does AI understand ethics and moral, boundaries?
Well, it can be programmed that way. The large language model underneath can be programmed that way. But again, that's what a data scientist does, right? Helps with the programming about what data do you need. We're just entering this world where we're going to be drowning in data, right? So much information every moment of our life. And companies want to slice and dice that.
Sure.
And not only do you need AI for the processing power, you need the data scientists to even decide how should we guide AI and how should we structure the process.
Sure. So do coders and, stuff like that, does that fall underneath data scientists as well?
I'd consider that a different job category.
Okay.
I would consider there's coders, which is part of software engineering and computer science, and that's a different discussion. But I wouldn't consider them necessarily part of data science. Now, data scientists certainly know about coding.
Right.
They certainly have a base level understanding of computer science, but I consider it a different profession.
Oh.
The fifth job category that's projected to increase that you might be a little bit surprised about is musicians.
Really?
Right.
That is very surprising.
The global live concert ecosystem is worth about $24 billion right now. It's projected to be $40 billion by 2032.
Wow.
More and more people are going to concerts and paying more for concerts.
I feel like that's definitely true. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, look at Taylor Swift's tour, Eras tour.
Right.
I mean,
And
people are
she
paying lots
obviously
of money.
set a lot of records.
Yeah. And I know personally a lot of friends who travel to different countries to go see her.
Right?
Yeah.
People want that experience. They want that connection. And it's not just rock or rap. It's also classical music. There's been a bit of a renaissance in classical music and I think around 33,000 concerts that people saw last year.
Oh.
So it's something that we want that feels real to us.
Yeah.
And they want that experiential entertainment of being in the presence of the artist and really enjoying the song with the artist.
So you're really talking about the concert experience, right? Not necessarily the album or the song that you're hearing on the radio. Because I have actually heard of some really great jams that I really loved, but then go and research it. And it's actually an AI that created this song.
And AI is definitely entering the industry, and artists are using it more, and their producers are using it more and more to create content. But people still want that live experience.
Right.
They still want to connect with an artist. They still want to be, knowledgeable about that artist identity. I mean, it's not just rock and pop. It's happening in other areas too. People still really want to hear that real sound. And that could be good quality. That doesn't mean there's not room for real artists who are still using old-fashioned instruments.
Oh, good. I love that. I think that's great. Okay, so if someone is watching this and they don't necessarily resonate with these 5 fields,
Right.
how do they find their way, without going back to school?
Well, this is just a sample. There are lots of jobs and fields that are still projected to grow, even with artificial intelligence coming into the marketplace. Things that you should think about when you think about what your interests are and what job you want. Think about things that artificial intelligence can't replace. Things like judgment, empathy. It's not good with empathy. When people need human interaction and want to connect with another human. Those are the types of jobs that are going to stay with us. We continue to want that interaction with a person and not with a machine.
Right.
In lots of job categories. And don't believe the hype that all the jobs are going away. That's a great headline. It causes you to click on the article and doom scroll, but it's not reality. We just showed you 5 careers the data says are going to grow no matter what AI does. Now, all that said, you don't need all the answers. Nobody has them. What you need is real data and the confidence to act on it, and that's what we're here for. Drop your questions in the comment section, hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time.